Hey there, folks. I'm fired up about helping you take control of your money. Today, we're diving deep into credit card minimum payments. Now, I know what you're thinking. Minimum payments? That's baby stuff. But hold on a minute. You see, these little payments, the ones that seem so harmless, are actually a sneaky trap that can keep you drowning in debt for years. We're gonna break down exactly how these minimum payments work, why they're designed to keep you stuck, and most importantly, what you can do to break free and start winning with your money. We're talking about taking that credit card statement and stamping a big fat paid in full on it. Stick around, because I'm going to give you a simple, straightforward strategy that can save you thousands of dollars in interest. You ready to get started? Let's do this. Alright, let's talk about this minimum payment trap. It's something that catches so many people off guard. It's like a spider web, slowly but surely entangling you in debt. You might not even realize it's happening until you're stuck. Here's the deal. When you make just the minimum payment on your credit card each month, you're barely scratching the surface of what you actually owe. It's like trying to empty a bathtub with a teaspoon. Think of it like this. You've got this big old pile of debt, right? And every month it just seems to grow bigger and bigger. And that minimum payment, it's like you're taking a tiny little spoon and trying to scoop out the Grand Canyon. It's almost laughable how little progress you make. It's gonna take you forever. And the frustration just keeps building up. The credit card companies, they love minimum payments. They know it's a gold mine for them. Why? Because they know that most folks don't realize that a huge chunk of that minimum payment is going straight to interest. It's a clever way to keep you paying more and more. That's right, you're basically throwing money away every month just to keep your head above water. It's a never-ending cycle. Let me give you an example. This will help you see just how deep this trap can go. Let's say you've got a $5,000 balance on your credit card. Seems manageable, right? And let's say the interest rate is a whopping 20%. That's pretty high, but not uncommon. Now the minimum payment might seem like a drop in the bucket, maybe $100 or so. It feels like you're doing something, but are you really? You might think, hey, I can handle that, it's not too bad, right? But here's the kicker, out of that $100, only a tiny fraction is actually going towards paying down your principal, the actual debt. The rest is just interest. The rest? It's vanishing into thin air, lining the pockets of the credit card companies. It's like your money is just disappearing. It's like trying to run a marathon but only taking baby steps. You feel like you're moving but you're not getting anywhere. You'll never reach the finish line. The exhaustion and frustration just keep piling up. That's the sneaky truth about minimum payments, folks. They're designed to keep you stuck in debt, paying and paying and paying without ever making any real progress. But don't you worry, we're not going to leave you hanging. There's hope and a way out. We're going to dive into why this trap is so effective and how it plays on our psychology. It's fascinating and eye-opening. Then I'm going to give you the tools you need to break free, so stay tuned, you won't want to miss it. Now you might be thinking, if minimum payments are so bad, why do we even have them? Why are they even an option if they can cause so much trouble? Why do people fall for this trap? Why do so many of us get caught in this cycle? Well, folks, it all boils down to human psychology. Our brains are wired in ways that can sometimes work against our best interests. You see, these credit card companies, they're smart. They know exactly what they're doing. They understand how we think, how we feel about money, and they use that knowledge to their advantage. They design their systems to keep us paying for as long as possible. First off, minimum payments create this illusion of control. It makes you feel like you're managing your debt, even when you're not. You get that big, scary credit card bill and you start to panic. The numbers are overwhelming. But then you see that minimum payment, and it's like a life raft in a sea of debt. It feels like a manageable way out. You tell yourself, okay, I can handle this. I'll just pay the minimum for now and I'll figure out the rest later. It's a temporary solution that feels safe. It's a way to avoid facing the full weight of your debt, to push those uncomfortable feelings aside for another day. But avoidance doesn't solve the problem. Secondly, minimum payments tap into our desire for instant gratification. We want things now, and credit cards make that possible. We live in a world of, I want it now, and credit cards feed into that. They make it easy to get what we want without waiting. You can buy that new phone, that fancy vacation, that shiny new car, all without having to pay for it up front. It's a tempting offer, and then, when the bill comes, that minimum payment allows you to keep the party going, to delay the pain of actually paying for your purchases. It feels like a win, but it's not. But here's the hard truth. Those minimum payments are a recipe for financial disaster. They keep you in debt longer and cost you more in the long run. They're like a slow leak in your boat. You might not notice it at first, but over time that leak will sink you. It's inevitable. Every month you make only the minimum payment, you're digging yourself deeper into debt. That interest keeps piling on, and before you know it, you're trapped in a never-ending cycle of payments. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break. It's like being stuck on a hamster wheel, running and running but never actually getting anywhere. You're expending energy but not making progress. You're working hard, making those payments, but the debt never seems to shrink. It's a constant source of stress and frustration. It's frustrating, it's demoralizing, and it keeps you from achieving your financial goals. It feels like you're stuck in a financial rut. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in this cycle. There are ways to break free. There's a way out, and it starts with understanding the psychology behind minimum payments. Knowledge is power. Once you see how these payments are designed to keep you trapped, you can start making different choices that will lead you to financial freedom. It's all about taking control of your financial future. Alright folks, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about solutions. It's time to break free from this minimum payment trap and take control of your finances. And let me tell you, it's not as hard as you might think. You just need the right mindset and tools. It just takes a little bit of planning, a whole lot of determination, and a willingness to change your habits. So, where do we start? Let's break it down step by step. First things first, we need to get serious about tackling that debt. No more minimum payments, no more kicking the can down the road. It's time to face this head on. No more avoiding those bills. Step 1. We're going to prioritize your debts. Now, I'm not talking about just paying the minimum on everything and hoping for the best. We're going to get strategic here. This is where the magic happens. Look at all your debts, your credit cards, your loans, everything. Which one has the highest interest rate? That's the one we're going to attack first. Why? Because that high-interest debt is costing you the most money. It's like a financial black hole, sucking away your hard-earned cash. So, we're going to throw everything we've got at it. Make more than the minimum payment, even if it's just an extra $50 or $100 a month. Trust me, it will make a world of difference in the long run. Step 2, we're going to set a debt payoff goal. And I'm not talking about some vague idea of getting out of debt someday. I want you to pick a specific time frame, whether it's 12 months, 24 months, or whatever works for your budget. Write it down, put it on your fridge, make it real. Visual reminders are powerful. Now, there are plenty of online calculators that can help you figure out how much you need to pay each month to reach your goal. Use them. They're free, and they'll give you a clear roadmap to debt freedom. Step 3, and this one is crucial, stop accumulating new debt. I know, easier said than done, right? But listen, if you're serious about getting out of debt, you have to stop digging the hole deeper. Put those credit cards away, cut them up if you have to. Switch to cash or a debit card for your everyday spending. It'll take some discipline, but I promise you, it's worth it. Look, I know this is tough love, but it's the truth. Minimum payments are a trap, and the only way to escape is to take control of your finances. So, are you ready to break free? Are you ready to take the first step? Are you ready to experience the incredible feeling of being debt-free? I know you can do it. Let's make it happen together. There you have it, folks. The truth about minimum payments and how to break free from their grip. Remember, knowledge is power, and now you have the power to make smarter financial choices. Share this video with your friends, family, and co-workers, anyone who needs to hear this message. Let's spread the word and help each other climb out of debt and into financial peace. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips and advice on taking control of your money. Together, we can win with money.